I was home on leave from the military. I was in the Air Force. I retired in 2000 after 20 years. But around 1996, I came across the El Placazo community newspaper, and I was just kind of intrigued by it. I thought it was a great, publication, and I wanted to meet the people who were behind it. And that led me to Manny Castillo, the founder of San Anto Cultural Arts. So off and on, as I was home, I would stop by and visit with Manny, and I brought my kids over, and I brought other kids from another city, Abilene, where I was stationed at the time, and they participated in the painting of a mural. When we lost Manny Castillo, and I mentioned this before, he left some big chanclas to fill, and it was tough to be able to follow in this guy's footsteps. We had a community meeting where we kind of heard the concerns that the community had about where the organization was, and the community wasn't happy. So I thought I could do something more, and so I resigned from the board and threw my name in the hat, applied for the position. And I tell people I bit my nails just like anybody else, waiting to hear about a job offer or a job opportunity. And fortunately, I went through the interview process, and I was selected to take the executive director position. I think when we lost him, there was a degree of confidence that was lost as well, or a degree of followership that the organization had. So we went through a couple of years of trying to, in my opinion, stabilize the organization and to rebuild that confidence. So when I took over, I had my work cut out for me in that regard, and that confidence unfortunately also translated into funding opportunities that had kind of gone by the wayside, or funding organizations, foundations, individuals who were kind of waiting for us to stabilize before they came back and saw this organization worth funding. I think we're there. We had a very successful first year. This past year, and I think every day we hear about more opportunities and for funding opportunities, and we build relationships. It seems like every other day we're in talks with some organization or some group or some school about collaborating on programming. Quite honestly, we're kind of in the belt buckle of poverty here in San Antonio, and so the means are very limited for the kids and for the parents that are here. A lot of parents are not connected, or the kids do not introduce us necessarily to their parents, at least not right away. So I think there are challenges that are at home that confront the youth that we serve. There's programming, but there's a lot of cost that comes with some of these opportunities for some kids. And I think that's one of the things that San Anto does well, is that we don't charge for any of the programming that we do. We find ways of financing those projects. So there is absolute zero cost for the youth. There's zero cost for the artists as well that come and partner with us, especially we're going to have some event. There's no cost for booths or application fees or any of that kind of sort of thing. We really just kind of try to come together as a community. I think we're on our 47th mural in over 20 years. We weren't the first ones to come up with this. Murals have been part of this community for many years before we got here. This is 1993. The community in this immediate area had other challenges, whether it was gang violence, prostitution, drugs. There was a lot more of that then than there certainly is today. I think this community has improved as a community quite a bit in these 20 years. But there were a lot of challenges then, and I think that the artwork or the opportunities to create mural or be involved in a program or in a cause did a lot towards improving the life for the youth, and as well as for families, and definitely for this community.